fine here in Virginia. Well, yeah, that was going to be my question. I got up this morning and started doing all my chores. And so I wasn't even on my phone. PJ had said, is your phone working? And talk through stuff. And, look at where I am, right? We can easily normally have problems with service. And sometimes we have to put the phone on airplane mode. Sometimes we have to restart them in order to, just clear all the digital junk that's downloading onto the phones and interrupt streams of, information and whatnot. And that usually helps. But with PJ, he said it was 3 hours. There's Teresa Jukowitz. Hey, shalom. And the Greek homestead. Shalom. How is your service in Greece? Because apparently our country has had some kind of cyber attack, and the largest, what am I trying to say, cell phone service, AT&T, went down, including our 911 attached to it, which is of a concern, quite frankly, because that's how emergencies are getting immediately answered all over the country. And in a country as big as ours, that's important. There are medical emergencies and law enforcement emergencies and fire department emergencies all the time here, 24/7, especially in big cities like New York City, where the Angry Prepper is. And his videos cover a lot of what's going on there. And in a city that big, there's all kinds of stuff going on all the time. All right, so let me see your comments. On Sunday, we had no working phones for almost half the day, right? Good morning, SK. All is well here in Montana. Palmetto, Verizon is saying internally that it's only AT&T that's not working. Hey, Lone Star Living, shalom. And TA Florida, hello. AT&T, yep. Grandma Ginger's Farm. Oh, good morning, Grandma Ginger's Farm. I'm so glad you're able to make this live stream. I've missed seeing you and your comments. I want to hear about your garden stuff anyway. Good morning. Solar flares are causing some problems. Oh, so it's solar flares and not human intervention. There's Naomi Jensen. Hi, I'm new. Welcome to the channel, Naomi. Welcome to the live stream. And there's the Lamp Keeper's Journey. Good morning. Lamp Keeper, how are things going in your journey? Hello, Sister Kate. Hello, George. Thanks for your recent comments. And there's Patty Sanchez and Texas T. Wow, thank you for all you channel supporters, too. I really appreciate you continuing to support the channel. And just to let you know, I did post something for crew members recently. I'm going to continue. I put up the predictions from last year, the ones that came true, and at least, I think, 20 of the ones we made at the turn of the year. And I am going to put up the other ones. Just, busy. I'll probably get 10 more up today. But I hope you guys like that. And, there was something else I was going to tell y'all. Oh, I finally got motivated for anyone who wants to become a crew chief I've got 12,000, almost 13,000 words written on that book. And so if you're a crew chief, I post excerpts from it, and I do need to update it, but my one crew chief, I got to see her in person. And so I let her read everything I had written up to that point, and I've written more since then. So she's up to date, at least to that point in time. So I haven't put the excerpts from there, but I really ought to. And now I have more. So if you're interested in getting involved in that, I need people who are willing to do a little research and comment. Just let me know, ask questions and things like that about the storyline and stuff like that. So if you want to become a crew chief, that would be on the join button, and then you just choose that level. And it is, it's the highest access. So it's one of those things. Anyway. I just wanted to throw that out there. I hadn't mentioned that yet. But anyway, thank you for supporting the channel. And let me get back down to your comments. Moderators, be on guard, because I've had a lot of trolls showing up. And I don't mind if they're here. they boost up my numbers, which is actually better for my channel. But if they start saying really stupid things or offensive things, wield your wrenches. All right, Coach TMAC. Last night my cell phone service went down for over an hour in Ottawa, Canada. All right. Welcome, Canadians. And also, I do want to take this time live to thank people from other countries who have watched videos or live streams. There are people from Japan, Ireland, Canada, Russia. I'm trying to remember anybody else. I think those were the main 4 lately on my analytics that shows up. So thank you for joining the channel and commenting. Lots of phone issues lately, very slow or no internet, simple times, no problems here. We have horrible internet service here. Same like you, shut down, restart, go to airplane mode almost daily. Yeah, see, this is the thing that I'm very curious about. I have a crappy little phone. It doesn't have much memory. I've dropped it a million times. I've cracked the screen. I've even cracked the camera screen. So that's why if it looks fuzzy, it's got a crack across it. I don't upload that much. I don't post that much. I don't do live streams that much. And yet my phone is working fine. But Pastor's AT&T phone was not working at all. So, okay. All right. Hang on. We love you, SK, says Crazy Canuck. Thank you. I'm traveling, so in and out of service. Just got back from AT&T not too long ago, said Tracy Lynn. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. They're going. We need to hear from the well company about which day they're drilling. Daughter's getting tests to come off blood thinners and anti-seizure meds and almost organized. Well, good. Wow, wait a minute. I'm way behind. No issues to my knowledge with Mint Mobile. How do you like Mint Mobile, Nicola? I like Ryan Reynolds. And it seems like it's a really inexpensive service, but I mean, he's got so much money now. He has his own winery and all his movies. I'm like, I don't know if I really care to support him financially. But I'm not hating, everyone needs to do what they need to do. Okay. Still too cold here to do much of anything in the garden. All right. I got all my seeds started, said Patty. Patty's an excellent gardener. She's amazing. And now that she's got a real homestead, Lord knows, her garden's going to be off the chain, I have a feeling. Shalom, C103. Phone works, testing Saturday for ham license just in time. Wow, that's amazing. Good for you, brother. We have a guy in our area who just up and did that on his own and passed his license no problem. And I was just like, you go. Because Pastor asked me to do that years ago. And I said, look, I have too much on my plate. I know it might be within my ability, but I have too much going on. I don't want to do that on top of everything else I do. So I haven't done it. But that is amazing. Good for you. Anyone on the channel right now, if you have time, and you have a brain, you can get a ham license. I'm not saying you need to go out and buy a ham radio and everything else, but to have the skill, it could come in useful later, especially for someone who may have the equipment but doesn't have the thing. I don't know. I'm just saying it's something it's valuable. Okay, so I read that. Just got service back. Yep. Okay, I've been getting texts from across Texas and Oklahoma that it's coming back for people still out here, but I haven't been worried about it, right? I will be direct sowing everything this year, as I don't have time to start seedlings while still traveling between farm and hospital with daughter's cancer. That's right. How is your daughter doing? Because I think you sent me a letter and asked me to pray for her, and I absolutely did. So please let me know what's happening. Okay, and then Western Pennsylvania service back with AT&T. Good. I mean, I think it's important. I'm not as concerned about people who maybe have business interests with the phone and stuff, but I am most concerned about things like the 911 because people might really need help. I'm taking a break, so I'm here for a little bit. Well, welcome, brother. Westhold has posted on Instagram a couple of times some of the things he was working on. He made some kind of coin. He made some copper bracelets. Like he's doing some really interesting stuff, as well as the blacksmithing tools that he makes on the regular. My daughter uses Mint Mobile and she really likes it because it's affordable. Interesting. Yeah, Mint's fourth wall commercials are refreshing. Their service plan is cheap as they offer hefty discounts only for the first sign up. Sadly, not the case when renewing. Okay, good to know. There's Starfish, Shalom SK. 5 Starfish could be 2. Shalom. I have 4 more minutes and I have to leave for a mandatory meeting. Okay, well, it's good to see you online and I hope things continue to progress for you. I didn't lose service, but should have. That's kind of how I feel. Okay, Teresa's having to use some of her powers. Champ de Soleil is a sister of mine. So AT&T Trunk has been down on my company network. They're giving us some garbage about a solar flare, although other cell networks are up. So there we go. Let me, how do I get back to my regular stream now? Whoops. No. Okay. All right. Can you guys give me like a thumbs up so I can tell that I still have you guys on there? I checked a comment that got deleted just to see. And I don't know if I'm still okay. Good. Shalom, sister. My pharmacy by me is down. Yeah. See, stuff like that concerns me more because there are people who need medications on the regular, and I needed medications for my endoscopic colonoscopy, and you know, there are prescriptions and things. That's kind of important to how people live every day. That's kind of, oh, and thank you. Good. There's Plainsman. Thanks, guys. Okay, so we're still on here. And Possum Run Homestead. I love that name. That's a really cool channel name. All right, so you guys obviously have phone service in your area. Have you heard from anyone who was down? This is a good reason to be prepared to be your own first responder. Right? I saw a t-shirt a while back and I just loved it. And it said something like expect to self-rescue or plan to self-rescue, which is always a good plan. If you can self-rescue, awesome. If other people can come to your rescue too, even better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's Jason Robertson. Yep. Lone Star. Hey, y'all, hit the like button. With the new live stream setup, you have to click the 3 dots in the top right and hit the thumbs up. I'm glad you know that because I didn't even know that, Lone Star. No problem with Verizon in Western Arkansas. Yeah, I guess Verizon wasn't really affected, some people are saying. And Verizon is a, what do you call it? Like a major player in Arkansas. It's a, I don't know, there's a lot of service. It's good service kind of thing. Did miss something? Is a lot of fun stuff down? Yes, Westhold. I guess it happened earlier that AT&T's nets were down nationwide for a while. Might have been earlier in the morning. Wife and I were able to use the video chat on AT&T. Well, that's kind of interesting. Garmin's SAT device is a good backup. Simple text communication in emergencies for $15 a month. Wow. I'm impressed you know that. I'm reading a book right now where they're using a Garmin. Really, you don't see, or I haven't seen a lot of mention of Garmin since phones came with their own GPS systems and stuff on it. All right, Living Covenant, that's an awesome name. Our phones are down because AT&T towers. We use Boost right now, and now all our phones are down because Boost accessed or uses AT&T towers. Well, you're okay to, excuse me, you're definitely showing up on my live stream. I don't know how you're doing that with your phones down, but here you go. Good news. At least that is working. Great drill to go over your alternative Como, exactly. And that's why C103's text about taking the ham license test soon is timely, right? Living Covenant Fellowship. By the way, hi, Sister Kate. Well, howdy. Welcome to the live stream. It's the Russians, said Champ de Soleil. Yeah, the Russians, they got all my dishes dirty too, and darn it, I had to wash them this morning. Those sneaky guys. I'm on a laptop. Okay, there you go. So the phone's not working, but your laptop is. Okay. All right. See, this is just information I'm feeding back too. Like I'm not a techie, but you know, maybe if your phone's not working right now, you get on your laptop, you'd be able to, or on your Garmin, you'd be able to tune into the thing. My wife's phone was down and mine was up, both AT&T and both in the house. Weird. It is weird. It makes me think that perhaps some of the not conspiracy, but conjecture about an entire net being down is not quite right. Like maybe somehow nets can't do that for every single phone everywhere. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you guys know. And they're both iPhones. Yeah. Need to take my ham license test soon too. Yeah, I think it's a smart thing. For those who want to venture beyond walkie-talkies, hand talkies, consider high-frequency byway of NVIS antennas. Nicola, you may be talking above some of our levels. You're definitely talking above mine. There's Jesus. Hey, shalom. How's it going? Possum Run Homestead, good luck. I'm using my iPhone but utilizing Starlink Wi-Fi, but looks like signal just came back for me as well. It's weird. It's coming back in sections of the state and country. So, right? Is that some sort of laptopy thing where it's like just test that block and see if now it's up? You know, if a solar flare took it out, maybe they have to replace something, plug in some fuse or something, and now this block can come back up? I don't know. Brand for Garmin InReach has GPS, but also satellite testing. See, here's some information for them. Teresa's got to run. All right. Thanks for stopping by, Teresa. Good to see you. Little Miss ITC. I thought you were dead, Grandma. See, there's a troll. What do you call it? The news of my demise is premature. All right. Yes. So, Nicola, are you in the U.S.? Your name is not a typical. I mean, Nick is what most people get called around here. N-I-C-K, Nick, not Nicola. And it's fine. I'm just curious. You know, could be your family's, you know, Serbian or Western European or something, but you live in Minnesota. I don't know. I always think Nikola Tesla. Maybe you're using Tesla as your. I don't know. And there's Too Easy. Hi, how are you? I'm fine. Too Easy. Golden Trio edits. You're really sweet. I love you. Well, thank you. I missed the news on your untimely demise. Yeah, so did I. It reminds me of a movie. Escape from New York and Snake Plissken. I heard you were dead. Kind of stuff. I'm not going to answer that question. Yeah, born in the U.S., family is from Serbia. I did not know that. Maybe you told me that. That was a stab in the dark guess on my part, unless you had told me that before. How do you like the U.S.? Have you been to Serbia? I bet your home country's pretty, too. Can you shout me out? No, I can't. Yeah, born in the U.S., family is from Serbia. Okay. There's Thunder Chicken Ranch, another channel name I love. What's a Thunder Chicken? Is that just a joke or is that like a turkey? There is Cheer World and Living Covenant Fellowship. Okay, saying okay. Timoni Rex, what are you doing? Okay. All right, so here's some trolls, y'all. If any of my moderators are still in here, they're okay right now, but if they start doing something funky, you know what to do. Greetings from West Virginia, Serenity Haven Homestead, another channel name I love. Daniel Whitecloud. Now, are you a native? Oh boy, the troll bots are out and awake. Ingrid's Kitchen Garden, good morning. What do you have planted in your garden right now, Ingrid's Kitchen Garden? I actually went out and planted peas, and let me know if you want these deleted. I'm allowing them because they're innocent for now. Exactly right. That's how to handle it, Lone Star. I'm not a hater if they're just going to derp. I mean, it's got to be boring as heck. My dog, she's a thunder chicken. Storms, hey, hang on. Storms freak her out. Yeah, I had dogs that did that too. I had dogs that would freak out so bad they destroyed curtains in our room. And Thundercloud, native, I'd like to know what kind. Are you Salish? Are you Cherokee? Are you Seneca? You know, share a little bit. Okay. It's kind of funny because Lone Star Living, I made him a moderator and he didn't have any reason to use his powers until about 2 days ago. And then he was like, oh, yeah, I get to wield my blue wrench. So I'm kind of happy for him. Blackfoot and Apache. Right on. Apache was, whoa. I don't know as much about Blackfoot, but Apaches were some tough dudes. Really good survivalists in their area and just amazing. So good on you. The band hammer. I can count on Chomp to Soleil to always, she can, what do you call it? She can, she can take the whole situation and sum it up in a humorous way in like 2 or 3 little words. And it's like a skill. It's like a superpower. Thank you, Lone Star, for the band hammer. I love that. Yes, a wordsmith. You are. I'm determined to grow all the plants for our garden this year. Lots to learn, right? I planted peas yesterday and more lettuce because I didn't know if the chickens had completely torn up my lettuce. And gosh, there was something else I was kind of, oh, carrots. I planted carrots too in my raised bed. I had planted carrots there like 2 years ago, and then Pastor had dumped a foot of new soil on top of them, and so of course they didn't come up. So this year I'm excited. I'm really excited because the soil in there is nice and loose. The Warrior Rabbi, just seen this and hopped on. Hey, shalom, Warrior Rabbi. How are things in your area? Did your phone service have problems? Living Covenant Fellowship, Warrior Rabbi, cool name. You know what it reminds me of too? And I've said this before in live streams and on videos. The Sikhs in India are, their religion looks upon, like the men look upon themselves as warriors and priests. And I was like, oh man, that's exactly what ancient Hebrews were. And they also believe in one God, which is unusual in India. You know, the Hindu religion has many gods, but the Sikhs have one. And so I was like, man, there's just a whole cool vibe worldwide with warrior priests. There's a lot of things to respect there. And there's Sergeant James. Howdy, everyone. Did you have phone service, Sergeant James? And are you still in Hawaii? And Yakov Bergson. Shalom. How are you, Yakov? Welcome to the live stream. Carrots today. How quickly they go from being sweet and innocent to rude and ridiculous, right? That was a funny comment too. I'll give you $499 if you curse online. Yeah, I'm gonna fall for that. Not. Planting peas and carrots, radishes, lettuces, spinach this week. Perfect. Perfect. Sounds great. Yeah, I planted spinach about 2 weeks ago and they've actually come up. I'm so excited about that because it's been hit or miss with spinach around here. Sometimes even when they come up, it gets hot fast and then the plants bolt and it's like, there went all my leaves. So yeah, I dig it. Shalom, negative phone is good. Well, excellent. Yeah, we do have someone on here typing in from a laptop because their phone service for AT&T was down. Yeah, in our area, AT&T had 911 problems. Yep. All right, watched PJ last night. Grassy Ack. Is that Alaska? About preparing for the end of the USA as we know it. Thank y'all for everything you do. Well, you're welcome. Yeah, he I've heard that message from him before, but yesterday, I guess, I mean, it's a timely message. Let's just put it that way. And I'm glad that you liked it. Both our channels have a lot of information. A lot of our videos are informational. And so if you need to learn stuff about homesteading or self-reliance or stuff, we both have tons of videos. Atusa, hi, bro. I was hoping Daniel Whitecloud, that's what he came on as, would say more about being Apache and stuff. Like, I would love to hear the kind of stuff he does normally, you know? Is he getting into his native roots? Is Daniel Whitecloud? Yeah. You know, are you doing stuff culturally? Do you go to the meetups? I forget what they call them, the powwows and stuff. I'd love to hear more about that. And anybody else. Are any of you doing meetups? Or any of you getting ready for Passover? Because it's coming. I'm humbled by your comment. That's true. I'm just telling you the truth right there, straight up. Like, I'm not trying to flatter anybody. It's just that I think there's a lot to respect about the path of being a warrior priest, because you're not, you know, a party animal just wasting time. You're a thoughtful, disciplined person. Free Republic of Florida. There you go. Someone else on the live streams from Florida, and I can't remember their name. Oh well. How do you like living in Florida? Like, are your laws and things to your liking? How are your taxes? Stuff like that. We got to do the things. Yes, I just potted some peppers. I'll tell you what, Palmetto Paratrooper, he's a very good gardener, and he is on fire, pun intended, with the pepper thing. He makes some kind of pepper salsa sauce thing that people go nuts over. And he's a heck of a vintner too. To my knowledge, my phone service wasn't interrupted. I have never been in Hawaii. I live in Northeast Ohio. Why do I keep mixing you up, Sergeant James? There's someone who comes on who has a rank in their name that is, or maybe you went to Hawaii. I don't know why I do that. How are things in Northeast Ohio? How is your weather? It may be a little too cold for you yet to plant anything, right? All right, the Ozarks are looking pretty good to us right now, said Jakob Bergson. So you're not as excited with Florida the way it is. Well, it's really not that far of the move. Dogs are letting me know something is up. Need to go check it out. All right. We'll see you when you get back. Let us know what happens. Planted some broccoli and a couple of types of lettuce a couple of days ago. Excellent. I'm good in Northeast Ohio too, Victory Garden. Well, there you go, Sergeant James. And Tim's Homestead. It's another YouTube channel. He's an excellent gardener as well. I think he's in Ohio too. And I think maybe there's someone had contacted him. He seems like a nice guy. Okay. Shalom, Sister Kate and crew from Linda Hipple. Shalom, lady. Be ready to wield your blue wrench. There are some trolls showing up who, as long as they're not causing problems, I don't mind. But if they start getting cuckoo, go ahead and wield that blue wrench. Shalom, brother. And there's High Star or Lone Star. Hi, sister. Lone Star, are you from Texas? That's oh. If you had to pick one country to homestead from besides the US, what would it be? PJS is talking about his affinity for Thailand. Okay, so to homestead in, really. I don't want to go cold. I really don't. But I'm intrigued with the idea of, say, Scotland or maybe southern Canada, just because I like mountainous terrain. The thing about Thailand is the king cobras and the mosquitoes and like the constant heat year round. Now, being in Thailand, I told my husband, you take me to Southeast Asia again, I must have an elephant. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thailand outlawed using them to farm teak anymore. They can't be used as work animals to, take down trees and haul trees. And there are mahouts and elephants that were doing tricks on the street to get food to eat and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah, we're hiring one of them. They can live in the backyard of whatever house property we have, and I will take my Sunday ride on the elephant, and it can help me dig up some garden soil or something. And yeah, that's our deal for if we went somewhere like that. Jesus loves you. Hooked on fishing. AT&T down in my area still, but I don't have AT&T myself. Yeah, I don't have an Apple phone, so I guess service is a lot better for Apple phones on AT&T. Excuse me, but yeah, my phone's worked all morning. Tommy Tunes, that used to be a guy who was a musician and singer on Broadway, I think. Was named Tommy Tunes. So yes, getting ready for Passover, watching and waiting, watching all the signs of nature. Excuse me. We are having our planning meeting about that upcoming, just so we sort out, okay, who wants to make the unleavened bread, who's, going to bring some bitter herbs, la la la. It's a coming. How was y'all's day? Stephen Wilson, one old man in Yah. Shalom from Graham, Washington. How are things up in Graham, Steve? I bet they're changing pretty rapidly. Totally red state as long as DeSantis is around, but your area is taking an interest right now. Hey, it's pretty in the Ozarks. There's lots of room out here. I can't blame you for taking a peek. Where are y'all? You said that the Ozarks are looking pretty good right now. I think he said Florida, maybe. Amish are incredibly resourceful, so much to learn. Yeah, of all the people in the States, if an EMP hit, the Amish won't break stride. They will be doing exactly like they've been doing for the last couple of 100 years with their horsepower and wind power, and they're not going to blink an eye. I have to wait another week or two to plant on the coast of Lake Erie. Yeah, I would imagine. It's got to be a little bit colder up where you are. Hope one day to have a nice garden. We'll start working on it again as soon as I get my cabin finished. That's right. You got to get that cabin finished. Got to have a place to stay. Your hair is camouflaged with the woods in the back. It blends. Yes, it does. Add me to Northeast Ohio, said 5-Star Fish. See, now you all can contact each other. You can exchange information or whatever you want. Managed to keep collards, chard, and kale alive through the winter. Big, healthy root system going gangbusters now. I am jealous. Whoa. I am jealous about that. I had chard, 2 years old chard, like the original plants were still going, and I'd thrown baby plants down. And then that last really big freeze, it just took them out. But those plants threw seeds down, and I bagged a lot of seeds. So if they don't start popping up soon, I will reseed there. I loved having chard. I loved having chard all summer and into the fall and even in the winter time. It's just such a useful thing. And I love collards. I've had collards here, but the bugs usually destroy them. And kale, I had some kale alive and end of summer kale, and I loved having that. It was so tasty. Trumbull County, we are going to celebrate Passover for the first time this year. We're going to celebrate each of Yah's festivals for the first time. Just need to figure out when Shavuot and Sukkot are this year. Wow, George, that's exciting. I think the easiest way to do that, if you're not doing it with someone else and you're not sure what you're doing, just read Leviticus 23 several times and do your best. There's also a movie out there called Ushpuzin, USHP, I think IZIN, and it's on one of the like Netflix or Amazon or something that shows Sukkot in Israel. From the Jewish point of view, but it still gives you an idea of the feel of what Sukkot might be like. And of course, there's, online videos and whatever, but good for you. Yeah, Ushpuzin, great movie. I'm looking at the Ohio River from a small town on the opposite side of the river. I've been across the Ohio River between Indiana and Kentucky. Leave it up to some Indian man to leave a comment like that, Andrew. I don't know what that comment was. I'm planting peas this afternoon right now. I have a rooster planted in the garden. A rooster. The chickens will tear my garden up. That's why I make the hoops and put the chicken wire around them, because my chickens will go in there and just scratch everything right up. I love that movie. Too bad the two actors got divorced in real life. Yeah, actors, it's hard to portray real life, and then you have a real life, and married actors don't always stay together. Look at Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, Okay. I'd recommend Coolville, Hockingport area personally. I think I'm going to make an Argus Association in that area. Wow. That's cool. The new chicken tractor I built stopped a bobcat the other day. Wow. Did you guys get that on video, or did your dogs bark at it? Or wow, that's just... And bobcats are a thing. I mean, they love ducks, they love chickens, and they're fast and they're quiet. I have a cattle panel hoop house and have overwintered a pepper plant. I'm looking forward to see how it does. That's really, really cool. Okay, I may have to use my moderator thing on that guy. There we go. Do you like eating chicken? I eat some chicken. I don't normally eat my own. Country living. Yeah. Oh, now they're getting a little bit numerous, aren't they? I saw that the tractor had been slid over about 8 inches and there were claw marks. Saw the bobcat the next evening, but didn't get a shot on it. Wow. And it's probably a younger one or an older one, because the younger ones are not experienced enough to know, stay away from people. And the older ones are usually, have something wrong. Their teeth are broken off, or they're slower, their eyesight's going, and they just risk it because they're getting hungry and they can't catch stuff naturally. Let's see what's going on here. I'm limited today on my live stream by my battery power. It's not fully charged. These trolls should tell me about their sad life when this is the best use of... Best use of your time is just derping on the internet making dumb comments, You got something else you could be doing right now? Like planting a garden or learning how to pass your ham license? I mean, my teacher in a good way, her name was Miss Hunter. Well, I was a substitute teacher for a while and I homeschooled my kids, so I kind of got a teacher vibe going on. I'm the middle of my gym session at the moment. I'll comment as I can. How are you even on your phone if you're in the middle of your gym session? Like, do y'all have a life? Well, or are they? I don't even. I guess they could be school kids derping in class and just bored, right? Um, enjoying listening while getting things done, said Leanne 49. Okay. Okay. Makes me wonder too if they're automated. I know people call them bots where, it's probably a computer program and every 30 seconds it says, "What's going on?" Apparently the outages didn't impact the trolls. Their AT&T phones still worked. Or maybe they were trolling in on a computer. Miss Hunter taught me how to swim and got me to conquer my night terrors of drowning. Well, Miss Hunter did her job, I would say, then. If that is all true, so to pay Miss Hunter back, you should become a teacher and pass on the wonderfulness. Just saying. Yeah. So I guess this phone thing is not a nationwide EMP or whatever. And if it's solar flares, hey, solar flares happen too. Anybody heard of Ötzi? The frozen guy on the Austria Hungary border? Austria Italy border. Up in the mountains. I was watching a documentary from 2016 on public radio, maybe. It wasn't Nova. It was one of those science programs. And I think I may have watched it before, but maybe not. It had a really interesting character on there. He's an artist, and he does recreations of ancient animals and plants and things. Gosh, like plastic models of for museums and so on. And he actually goes to archaeological digs and sites and sees the bones and the bone structures and uses them to help him recreate a life-size version. And he also even studies like skin and hair and stuff on live animals and then kind of translates that over. It was a really good show. Let's see. Wow, you guys have some. Like literally frozen person. Yes, Lone Star Living. Checked on my broody hen raising 6 chicks. All well. That is gold, Ledwin. You know that. I'm 36-year-old. I will be 37 and my phone has to stay on my hip for work. I use earbuds to listen to my alternative news sources and live streams from channels like yours. Okay. So you're a guy who's fit but also likes to like get with the earbuds, you're like the outside world noise is not interfering to what you want to pay attention to. I'm actually going to work on being a PMT when I hit 30 or 35, and my main focus is helping kids with autism or freakouts calm down when we transport them. So well, I'm not sure what a PMT is, but I'm assuming it's like an EMT paramedic. Yeah, well, that's cool. That's a really cool thing. James is mad. 2 X-flares lifted off the sun last night, said Donald Stadler. Okay, so this was a natural event, which is to be expected, right? Natural things occur. Mummified man, hair, clothes preserved. Yes, that is true, said Patty. His name is Ötzi. Right. Gotta run, have a blessed day. You too. Thanks for the chat. Saw someone on Facebook talk about seeing a fireball in the sky last night. Paramedic. Yep. We're millennials. Of course we're on our phone at the gym. I'm a millennial too. Laugh out loud. So the thing about Ötzi, aside from this really cool artist who lives in Missouri and has a big old studio, he did do a recreation, a life-size plastic recreation of Ötzi, so other museums could have that, and and then school kids can go up really close and study, and other people. But the thing that occurred to me, which has occurred to me before when we talked about climate change in the live streams and so on, is if Ötzi was up in those mountains 5,000 years ago and was traveling, because they think he might have been traveling from one village to another, he had a lot of wear and tear on his body, in his lower body, showing that he did a lot of walking in his lifetime. If he's up in those mountains and then he gets shot by an arrow, somebody they think assassinated him, shot him behind his shoulder with an arrow, obviously that part of the Alps was not under 30 feet of snow when Ötzi was there. And when in the 70s, the snow up there melted and somebody found his half-frozen carcass, the weather was returning to the same climate as 5,000 years earlier when Ötzi was actually up there. See, so climate change is not a worldwide disaster. Climate change is a cyclical event, and cold and snow happen, and then warm happens, and then snow happens, and then warm happens. And that's what I also got from that documentary. Thousands of pharmacies just went down, said Red Prepper. The X flares weren't strong enough to cause this. Now thousands of pharmacies just went down. Thank you for supporting the channel, Red Prepper, and thanks for the update. Well, I'm 21 and have autism and used to lose my mind at having to go to hospitals to get help. So now you're working on helping fix your problem and others. I think that's admirable. That's a good thing to me, Red Prepper. But global warming. I mean, you could say climate change. Yeah, it changes all the time. But I'm sorry, Ötzi would not be up there frozen in a glacier if it was a glacier when he went up there. You see what I'm saying? Like, and someone went after him too. People were running all over that mountain when he was up there because somebody shot him with that arrow. So, whatever. I'm just a housewife. What do I know? I want to be a paramedic, but I could never be a doctor. Well, you don't know. Try the paramedic first. You may love it and then want to go on to be a doctor. You can even do more help. Cold ages are way more destructive than warm ages, that's for sure. Global warming hysteria doesn't scare me a bit. I'd like a longer growth season. That's what Pastor says. If that's global warming, give me more. I'd rather have less winter and more summer. Thank you, Lone Star Living, for catching that. Good. Good catch. Digging it. All right, y'all. Well, I think I'm going to shut her down. My phone is not charged up, so I probably drained it down with the live stream. Okay, and thank you. I despise doctors. They ruined my life, and I blame them for taking my memas. I think you just want to forgive and move on. It's bad for you to have those negative feelings. It affects your own health. All right, let's see. I know it's imperative to stay in shape and stay well informed from good, honest, trustworthy sources who love our God and our Yeshua. Plus, good physical health can help to promote good mental health. It absolutely can. And by the time you get to my age, if you've been keeping yourself healthy, you're healthy at my age too. Right? Encouraging community. I'm about to say goodbye. The live stream's been going 50 minutes, and I'm sorry. I would love to chat with you more, and hopefully you'll come to the next live stream. Great to catch you live for a change. Thank you, Sergeant James. Always a pleasure to see you on the channel. God is good. Hope you have a good one. See you all later. All right. bless you guys. Have a wonderful day. Shalom.